Hi, everyone, and welcome to our seventh. Sorry, I felt like I came in loud, and
You
then
did
you
come
did it.
in
Yeah, and
loud.
you had made a face. I was like, "Well, hold on, let me." Hey, everyone, and welcome back to our seventh episode. I'm your host Darius,
And I'm Jasmine.
and in this podcast, we're going to be talking about a little bit of everything,
From our lives to relationships and pop culture,
to politics, sports, music, and movies.
and whatever else sparks our interest.
So,
So,
welcome
welcome
to
to
the
the
We
We're
Were
Just
Just
Singing
Singing
podcast.
All right, so, babe, how you feeling this week? Well, how was last week for you?
Yeah, because today's Sunday. Last week was okay. I mean, it wasn't a bad week. It was a busy week. But I actually had 2 days off, so I was off Friday, which was really nice, and I'm off today. Um, I got to see some friends that I haven't seen in a while. Yesterday, I did a long 3-hour drive to go to a birthday party and then a long 3-hour drive to come back. But it was worth it. I had a really good time. Took my son with. Yeah, so I'm doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to this upcoming week. I have a presentation to do tomorrow for work and then just kind of get through those days. And then we're going on vacation and it's Easter. So I do need to do some Easter basket shopping.
Mm.
So maybe I need to get on that today, later on. I don't know. I'm so last minute about this.
Good question.
Yeah.
How old is too old to still get an Easter basket?
I don't know because on TikTok I watched this video today and it was a girl who was 19 and she pretty much told her mama that she was expecting a Easter basket
Maybe
because
to
her
you.
6 or 7-year-old sister was also getting one, or 9-year-old sister. However it was.
I wonder if you've seen the same video I saw where the girl was like,
They were sitting in the car.
no, so she was walking like my mom, pretty much. My mom just told me she doesn't love me or whatever. And like mom was like, I didn't say that, you're overreacting. And then she was like, well, so then what did you say to me? And she was like, you're too old to get an Easter basket.
Oh. No, I didn't. That one wasn't exactly the same thing, but they were like sitting in the car and the mom was recording the daughter and she was like telling her like some other lady also gets like all of her kids Easter baskets and they're all like 20 and she was like, I don't care if I'm gonna be getting up on Easter Sunday getting ready for work. She wants an Easter basket. So I was like, I don't need an Easter basket personally, but I was like, we should get the boys Easter baskets. So,
Mm.
and then we got nieces and nephews to buy Easter baskets for. So, yeah, you're not getting your nephew the Easter basket. You
Unc
gotta get the baby a Easter basket.
Unc loves y'all. Oh, y'all.
You gotta get the baby a Easter basket,
Mm,
baby.
I'll come back like Jesus
We're
did.
getting Easter baskets this week, y'all. So I don't know when we're gonna have some time, but we gotta go Easter basket shopping and get the. We don't have to get her anything extravagant.
I know.
Is she a baby?
I'm just joking.
Get her a little outfit or something. But yeah, I feel good. It was a full moon yesterday too, so I think because work was kind of crazy. Um, as far as like emotions with people, like dealing with that. Yeah. So it was a full moon. So I'm like, this is why everybody feels and acts crazy. That makes sense to me. But what about you, babe? How was your week? You want to talk about your last week frying fries?
Um, yeah. So as you know, I'm going to work for a different department. Flipping burgers. Um, and yeah, so been with the fry department for a while, but we went out to grab some food to eat, pizza. Um, because
Yeah.
again, we work with burgers and fries, so we wasn't
You
doing
don't want to eat no burgers and fries. Yeah.
yeah,
Gotta get some
so
different. Y'all should have got tacos.
uh, well, yeah. um, but um, but yeah, no. But ultimately, like, so it was good. I had some people that I worked with for a while actually come down to see me off. Um, And yeah, and it was just like, it's kind of like mixed feelings because I've been with, this team for a long time. So it's just like to start with new faces and new people, it's just like, I don't know what to expect. So it's like a lot of mixed emotions up in there. Like, I'm gonna miss y'all, but also I gotta, you know,
Move on. It's time
yeah,
to elevate.
yeah, I
Yeah.
got an opportunity to flip burgers. You
Right.
know what I
Now
mean?
you get to make the burgers.
Yes, and next is drive through. Um,
Yeah.
well, probably second window to collect money. Then after you like second.
I don't know.
Uh,
I've never worked in a restaurant, so I don't know.
well,
You would know better.
I was gonna say, well, I'm not there yet. I'm taking
Because
it
that
one
was
step.
your first job, right? You said McDonald's. So,
I didn't make it.
so you would know better than me. I've never
Uh,
worked at a fast food restaurant. I did work at a pizza place for 4 weeks.
I was gonna say you worked. You made it longer than I did.
Okay, but
So,
then I guess we both have very limited
yeah,
experience in fast food.
like,
Yeah, the 4 weeks killed me, and I worked 3-hour shifts, like 3 days a week, and couldn't do it.
I'm
It
with you.
was, I don't know. I don't know how people do it. I'm grateful for the people who work in restaurants, but I don't know how y'all do it.
Mm, yeah. But so yeah, just dealing stuff with the job, and then yesterday while you were out, I actually went to go kick it with my brother,
Seem a little hesitant.
nephews
Allegedly.
and niece. Well, no, it's because
Allegedly,
I got
y'all.
a funny story because because yesterday was kind of nice, so we went outside to play some soccer, and when I tell you, my nephew kicked this ball like right into my like side. He's only like 7 or 8, um, into my side, and when I say I actually threw up food, like a little bit of food came out.
Oh,
Yeah, like so it was like because it didn't hurt as bad, but it was like and some food came up, so
yeah.
I was just like, that's crazy.
He kicked the shit out of you, or the food
Hmm.
out of you. Mm.
Yeah. But he's actually really good at soccer, so I hope my brother actually gets him into
Which
gets him
one was
into.
this one?
So this is the younger one, the youngest boy.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, so but he was actually really good. He was like trying to like stand on the ball and stop and move it and everything. So
Has he played soccer on the team before?
I don't think he's really played outside of school.
Okay.
So I would hope like my brother could get him into like an organized
Yeah, because they got
skit.
spring soccer going on right now.
Yeah,
I know they do spring and then fall.
yeah. This is
Because my son used to
not
play soccer
same.
when he was little, so
No, same here because even my like
we had a
Snapchat.
really serious soccer coach too, and I actually ended up beefing with his wife. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Nah, I get the Snapchat memories of when my son was on the soccer team, and so it's around this time of year. So yeah, maybe it's the spring muster, but
yeah,
that was also many moon ago. But yeah, so other than that, like I said, so it was just a mixed emotion week, but overall very positive. So I got nothing bad to say. It's been pretty good.
that's good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else you want to mention before we jump into our main topics?
No, I'm pretty good. Let's just jump in.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay, babe. So I do want to start off with the topic that I wanted to bring today. But I know you kind of said we talk about traveling a lot, but we are in fact going on vacation again, this coming weekend for Easter. So it seems fit to talk about it because we are vacationing with your family. And I thought it would be a good topic to talk about because I think a lot of people go through this where it's like, we've gone on vacation together. We've gone on vacation with our children together. Now we are going to go. We have 2 trips planned this year, everybody. We're going on a vacation this weekend with your family. And then at the end of this year, we're going on a vacation with my entire family, like my parents and all of my siblings and their families. And then, of course, our kids. So I think it's good to talk about it. Like,
I'm not. I didn't.
I know you felt like we traveled out. We talked too much about travel, but
No,
we need to stay home.
I didn't even say
Oh,
that.
okay, go ahead.
I literally just said, "Oh, we've already talked about traveling." Didn't say we talked about it too much. I was just saying, "Hey, this is a topic that we already done." That's all.
Right.
But I do see the difference because, yeah, like I said, now this is the family.
Right. So
Yeah.
now, yeah, it's a little bit different. So it's not just about traveling because I do want to talk about stuff that we're going to do while we're on vacation, but it's also we're traveling with your family. We're all staying in the Airbnb together, and this will be for me my first time spending
Extended
3 days with your family. I think the most I've spent with your time, extended amount of time with your family, has been just like a couple of
hours,
hours.
right?
Yeah. So now it's like we're flying together. We're gonna be we're renting a car to drive to the house together, and then we're all gonna be staying in the same place
Together.
for 3 days.
Yeah.
So I have just a list of things. So where are we going? We're going to Texas.
Yes.
Why are we going?
We are going for my mother's birthday.
Yes, it's for your mom's birthday. Yes.
Yes. She it's very rare that she actually, I'm not gonna say she doesn't celebrate, but it's very rare that, she does like anything big. This is the first time she's actually asked for anything big. Normally she's cool with like just bring me some barbecue or something like that. So, so it's like this is the first time she was like, well, no, I want to go somewhere and do something. So it's just like for sure, all right, we'll do
Yeah.
this.
Mhm.
But
And how many people, or because we're staying like right on the water, which I'm really excited about. We're staying in like a 10-bedroom Airbnb, right?
mhm.
And how many people from your family, like besides us, don't count us, will be there?
So we'll have my aunt and uncle. I think my cousin, uh, m- well, yeah, my one of my male cousins who's a little bit older. Um, one cousin who's around my age and their boyfriend. My mom. So that's like 5 people right there.
And none of your mom's other siblings are coming? I thought you said maybe they might
And
be.
yeah, and maybe my other aunt might come. Speaking of, uh, m- and I can't think. There might be a couple others, but I think literally we'll have more space than anything. So
Oh, so you don't, so you think it's not going to be,
I don't think we'll fill
what
up.
is that,
So it's a 10.
5 rooms?
Yeah,
A
it's like a
little bit
10
out the
bedroom
way.
house, I think, and I think maybe
Maybe
we'll
use 5.
yeah. Like I said, unless somebody's showing up, but I think yeah, those probably be like maybe 8 of us.
That's not too bad.
hmm
Yeah.
So yeah, but I do want to prepare you, as you know, I don't
Why do
know,
you have to prepare me?
so my uncle is I come from a very religious family.
That's why I asked you about us sharing rooms
Yeah.
because we are
Oh
unmarried.
well, they will say like, everybody's got multiple. This is a co-parenting household.
So, just for everybody else, I asked him, I said, do you think your family will have a problem with us sharing a room together because we're not married yet? So,
And if they do, then I'm gonna have to bring up some stuff. Like, really? Married?
and I said I was okay with it. Like, if we just, you know, and so I said that if we have to sleep in separate rooms, like, that's okay with me. Like, I'm fine with that because we have 3. For me, this is a free vacation. I haven't paid for anything, so I can't dictate where I'm laying my head.
Mm,
But we are getting married, so I feel like that's kind of different. And we already live together, so
right. And they're very aware of this, so it's just
so
like,
I feel like they probably wouldn't have a problem, but that's why I just wanted to ask just in case, just to kind of prepare myself. I didn't want to assume walking in the door.
that's pretty much what it is. So yeah. But my thing is, I just want you to be prepared for the amount of gospel songs that you probably are going to hear.
Oh, that's okay with me.
You know
I'm
what I
okay with
mean?
that.
It's okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. No, that I'm okay. Yeah, but it's gonna be. I'm trying to figure out how I can word this because it's not like I'm not talking about like they're gonna be playing the song.
Sing.
Somebody's gonna be singing.
I know your uncle sang at his birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, yeah.
Remember? At the restaurant while we were there, he sang a song
Yeah, I just want to prepare you for this.
to us, I think.
Did he?
I think he sang the song to us.
I don't. Mm. Well, okay, I don't remember that. I'm sure he
Yes.
sung. That doesn't surprise me at all. Any chance he gets, I would just like I said. I know that he's gonna come down, and I know in that morning that's probably how you gonna wake up is to.
Listen, are they early risers? I guess these are the questions that I wanted to know.
I know my.
Like I know I've not gone on a vacation with my family where we've all stayed in the same house. We've all had like our own hotel rooms, or we've gone on a cruise where we each have had our own rooms. So we kind of like pick a time to like all meet up together, but we ain't like woke up in the same like house.
No, I get you. I'm not sure. I know my aunt and my mom are early risers. I don't know if my uncle is though. I'm not sure his sleeping schedule. I just know he sleeps loud. Um,
What do you
and
mean like he snores?
yeah, he snores
Oh,
very
really?
loud. He'll put me to shame. I'll put it like that. Um, but yeah, no. So, but I know like they'll get up and they'll just start cooking. So I figure we'll have like breakfast and stuff ready for us whenever we wake up. But I know you don't really sleep in a lot though
I was gonna
either.
say I
So
don't sleep in too much either. So
yeah.
yeah. So I want to discuss like vacationing like with each other's families. Like what are like the expectations or like worries or anything like that? Like any like concerns or like boundaries like that we want to set and things like that as far as like our time versus like balancing spending time with like your family while we're on vacation or like versus like when we go on vacation with my family like spending time. So.
Uh, I say I don't think there'll be much expectations for it. Like my family is really cool. I do love them to death. Like my biggest concern is literally just, like I said, I know my uncle's gonna be singing. He might get into a little bit of scripture, so it might be like, we might have to go to church each day for about an hour. You know what I mean?
But I mean, Sunday makes sense because that's actually Easter.
Which, yeah. But yeah, no. So it's literally just But like I said, I understand it's Easter weekend, but that's also like East, like because that's that Sunday, right?
Hmm.
And that's also I think my mom's
Yeah, your
birthday.
mom's birthday is on Easter.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah. But what about you? Because we do have vacation coming up with your family. Would they have like any sort of expectations or anything weird towards?
I think for the most part, because like I said, I have vacation with my family before. Like we've gone like as a group before, and we've had like our time where we like, especially with kids, because we're going on this trip this weekend. We're not taking any children with us, so it's gonna be a little bit different. Like the vacation that we go on with my parents, they're essentially gonna be grandparents, aka babysitters, if we want to go and do something, and we don't want the boys to be left by themselves. Um, so I feel like for that, most of the time they just want to check in to know where we are, make sure we're alive and safe, and then usually we do like our meals together. So like we might meet up to have breakfast, or we might meet up to have like dinner. But other than that, like go off and do your own thing. Or people might group up and like some people might want to be lazy and go hang out by the pool, and some people might want to go to the beach or go catch a show or whatever the case may be. Like then you go and do your own thing, and then we all get back together to eat. That's typically
So just kind of
expectations.
just meet up to eat then.
Yeah, for the
Okay.
most part. Like I said, unless somebody has like a combined interest, like I don't know, because we're going to Mexico. So like I don't know if it's like a performance going on. People might be like, "Oh, I want to check out this apartment." Somebody else be like, "Actually, I'm tired. I want to go to bed." Okay, cool. Go to bed, and then we all going over here to go do this kind of a thing.
Hmm.
So, what about for your family? Like, do they like to do stuff together? Like when they go out on like, or are they planners? I guess I should say. Like, are y'all planners,
So we're
or do y'all kind of just
I feel like
go by the?
we are pretty much more like chill. Like they'll do like when they went to Florida, they just did like a beach day where it's like, all right, we all just go to the beach, but do your own. You can still do your own thing.
Mhm.
We're big cookers, so a lot of it's just around food. So
Food
we'll
too.
do the same
Yeah.
thing, probably like have a lot of meals together. But then, like you said, yeah, we'll pretty much go do your own thing, meet up. are a little bit older,
And are they
so
explorers?
I don't
Or
think
'cause I don't know, I
because
kinda
you got
think
me.
about when I go with my parents, sometimes they just stay behind while we go off and do
Mm,
stuff, but it's not.
that's the thing. See, they're a little older now, and a lot of my
Yeah.
memories is from when I was younger. So it's just like they might just be more chill now. You know what I mean? Like, hey, be
'Cause
at
the
the house,
last
but I
time
know that
you
they would want to cook.
vacation with your mom was with you, your mom, and your son, right? Didn't y'all go
Yeah,
to Virginia or something like
yeah.
that? Or has it been something recently
South
since then?
Carolina. What is
Oh,
that?
South
Myrtle
Carolina.
Beach.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, it was just even that, like, we went out, did stuff, and she allowed me to to take in, see what the nightlife in Myrtle Beach was like. Um, but yeah, she was pretty chill. Like I said, we did stuff through the day, and just so she can get her rest in. But like I said, they're all pretty much older now, so like I said, I know cooking used to be the thing. They might be more into let's go out and get some food. um, it really just depends. Like I said, I'm not sure on everybody who's coming. I feel like we might run into like two other family members.
So
So
it's kinda like once you figure out, like,
yeah,
everybody, then they kinda will settle a plan because we're not there that many days.
right. Yeah.
Oh, balancing family time with our, like, alone time.
Mm. So what do you mean by that?
Like, since we're going out with your family, like, obviously, like, there's gonna be some time where you're gonna be, like, spending time with your family. Maybe I'm there. Obviously, I'm not expecting you to, like, babysit me and hold my hand the whole time and be, like, sitting by my side. So I'm obviously be spending time with your family too. But then we are going on vacation kinda together. So then we'll wanna have, like, some time with just us as well.
So just full. So I imagine just a lot of chilling. So it possibly could be like like I said, all of us in the kitchen chilling. Then like like I said, me and you plan on going to Houston. So that night you go. We go out, get some food. Whatever the night entails of, and then coming back and then kicking it with the family in the morning. And maybe the next day would probably be like my mom's birthday, so probably just kick it with them. And then we get some drinks, and then we and then we'll see y'all in the room. Maybe we go exploring around. Me and you go exploring around. Come back, kick it with them at the pool because there's a pool in the place. So it's like kick it at the pool, spend with them. Maybe they're cooking food, or maybe we getting ready to go out to have dinner. So I figure like it would probably be easy to balance the time between
Mhm.
me and you and them. Like I said, because like I said, we are the youngest that are going to be there, with the exception of my one cousin Tootie. And I can say Tootie on here. I'll try not to give away names, but like I can say Tootie on here because that's not her government. Uh, but I can do like Tootie will be the closest one to us, and her boyfriend probably. Um, and then after that, it's like a 20-year difference. I feel so. I don't think we have to even really. And I don't want this to sound bad. Spend too much time with them. It's just, maybe conversations, maybe like just a couple hours a day, and then we can go out and do our own thing. Or if you wanted to get to know them more, you can go and do that while I'm out, or not out, but when I'm away somewhere else having a drink.
Oh, so we talked about traveling and safety, but you know what? Your
No, no,
mama
not
gonna be there, so
what I
that's
mean.
you are her
Well,
responsibility.
no,
So
but
I'm be like, girl,
what I mean
y'all
by
can't find him. That's
what
crazy.
I mean by
My
out
flight leaves on Tuesday at this
is
time.
well, what I mean by out is like not like out out, but like just like maybe I'm outside by the pool having a drink, but and y'all can talk
Yeah.
and girl stuff and
That's kind of what I
you know
pictured too. I figured probably since we're going in Saturday, I feel like Saturday night we would go out because it's Saturday night, and I don't know. You say your cousin is around your age too, right?
yeah.
So like obviously, then hopefully, then her and her boyfriend would want to come out with us too, and we can like go out. But I figured Sunday we would be with the family, and it would just be like the whole day, and then Monday, like, if they wanted to come, like because like I said, I do want to go to Galveston. I don't know what the car situation is going to be like. That's the only thing. So I'm like, if they wanted to do like where everybody went to Galveston together, where we could like all go and do something together, and then Monday night will
See,
be our last night. So maybe like we could go out or
like
go
a
out to
dinner.
dinner or something
Yeah.
like that. And then Tuesday is heading
Yeah,
back
because
home.
even then,
So
because I even think they were talking about like Tuesday since our flight is like a little later in the afternoon. So it's like even going out to do like a brunch
hmm
on that Tuesday since
yeah,
we'll have some time before. But like I said, it's all depending. And like I said, even if because I don't even know if they know about Galveston's or
Galveston.
Galveston, but I know that they would all be down for that.
hmm
So that possibly could be a Monday activity, or if they wanted to, probably a Sunday. Sundays for the birthday girl, so whatever she would want to do.
Yeah. Does your mom like to like get up and go when she on vacation,
Ooh.
or is she more chill?
So when we were kids, she was a get up and go, but now she's been like more chill. Like she's done raising kids, so she don't really have to do activities. But she is like even when she goes
So
to
she would rather
visit.
have a lounge around the pool day.
Yeah. But even when she goes to like, to visit my family down south, like, she'll, be up like, "Oh, I need to be at her aunt's or her sister's house, by this time so then she can run around and go to her niece's house, you know what I'm saying? So
But she's visiting people.
yeah,
Like
that's
she's
more
not
like
actually like
yeah,
going
this
out and
is
like exploring like the city and
yeah.
like
So that's
walking the streets and
so that was like I said, that was her when she was younger. Now and it's like just because I honestly had this with the exception of Myrtle Beach. I cannot get that out. With the exception of like Myrtle Beach, I haven't been on vacation with her. So I don't know what she does now, but I feel like she would just be by the pool chilling. Like I said, they'll pool beach. She just likes warm weather and water.
okay.
So as long as she can do that, she'll be fine. Going out to eat, or if somebody's cooking for her, what I mean. She's not gonna be the one cooking.
Your mama don't cook.
She cooked for her, but if it's an event, like I said, she'll have other members of the family. Like her best thing is desserts. Like so she can do when I say desserts, I mean just mean banana pudding. She does banana pudding, so that's like her thing. My one aunt, who's like my second mom. She's the one who can she
Do
throw
all the
down
cooking.
everything. Like I said, I got my one cousin who do all the barbecue, but that's also my uncles too. So like I said, I really feel like if it's her type of vacation, she's not too far off from me. How I am now is how she is at this older age. Just like I just want to chill. Like, well, I want to do things,
I was
but
supposed to
I'm
say you
cool
are
with.
not a chill
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
Look, that was the complete opposite.
Wait. I was getting there. I can like if I know that okay, this is a resting vacation, then I know I can just chill. I can go to a beach and just be there all day. Like I said, drinking my hand, I'm cool. You know. Um.
As long as you're intoxicated.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if not, then I get stir
That's
crazy.
my other question. So drinking,
Go crazy.
you gonna get drunk while your uncle was singing gospels and praying over you?
Yes. Yes, I will. And I'll be like, remember when you had me as a little boy cleaning up after y'all parties and the beers and all of that? You know what I mean? Like I said, and this isn't no secrets. I'm not exposing no secrets.
I didn't
It's
say
just I know, but I was thinking that in my head, so I want to put it out there. Um, these are all reminders, and now I'm grown as hell, so it's like I'm definitely yes. If I'm not even planning on getting drunk, but I'm gonna be tipsy, you know, capital T.
would you be drunk all week or like tipsy all weekend?
I want to say yes, but
Like
probably
one of
not.
those wake up, drink all day,
I
go to
mean,
bed, wake up the next day, drink all day.
nah, because that's gonna hurt me. At some
When you get
point,
back.
yeah,
Are
like
you going back to work right when we come back or are you
on
taking the day
the very
afterwards?
next day, I'm back to
Yeah.
it. Cause yeah, um, so yeah, so unfortunately, yeah. So it's like I probably won't be like that, but I'm definitely like middle of the day for sure. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not when I wake up unless like I said, unless we go out or unless somebody's like, yo, I got some hard liquor, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I don't plan on really being like drunk, but I do plan on like I'm definitely gonna have a couple of drinks around them. Like should be like I belong here.
Okay. And so my last
Would you
question, what?
would you feel comfortable drinking around
Oh,
them?
yeah, I would feel comfortable drinking around your family. I'm okay with it.
Um,
Yeah, I don't think I would get drunk because I don't want to like embarrass
see
myself.
what I'm saying? What would you do? What do you think you would do that would be embarrassing?
I don't know, like get sick.
Uh,
Yeah, and like people have to clean up after me. I think that would be embarrassing. But no, I don't have no problem drinking around your family. I think that's pretty normal to go on vacation and get drunk.
mm
But my next question is for you, babe, since we are sharing a room, sex on vacation. If your mama or auntie and uncle like in a room next to us, or like you know how like we got
we
middle of day sex or something like that, like that's kind of like all off limits, right? Because like
That's
I feel
right.
like it's awkward if we
Yeah.
like disappear in the middle of the day.
So middle of the day, yeah. Which is like, I mean, if you was feeling this, I'm not gonna be like no, but you know what I'm saying. It's just like, all right, well, I mean, y'all know how I got here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I got here. Y'all know I'm young. Uh,
That's your excuses for everything. They did it, so therefore you're
yes,
gonna do it.
yes. Why are y'all better than me? Why am I better than y'all? We are the same.
So
Um,
you wouldn't feel weird or awkward, or maybe you got to do it one time, but then after that, get it over with, and then you'll be fine.
that is a very good question. I joke a lot. I'm I mean, if I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Like y'all, I'll catch y'all in 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, we about to go hop in the shower. I wouldn't
We're
say it
gonna
like
hop
that.
in no goddamn shit.
I wouldn't say it like that. But it's like, oh, I'm gonna just wait till she out the shower. I probably would lie to him. Turn the shower on and then we go to the room.
Do you think it's how many bathrooms is it? Do you know?
I feel like there's like five,
Okay, so we would probably have our own bathroom.
maybe. I mean, depend luck of the room. I think you might get.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, why did you just be?
Well, I don't know because we're all in the same house, so I'm curious to how close the rooms are and like how big the rooms are. And like proximity and like obviously I'm assuming all of them like have locks so we can like have our privacy, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, as long as we ain't, I feel like,
I just feel like the awkwardness would be like if there's like a headboard
yeah,
or
that's
like
what I
a
said.
creaking bed. Because I feel like your aunt and uncle are old, so I don't know how much they getting it in. And then you just got your cousin and her boyfriend coming.
Yeah,
So any extra noise would be on either them or us.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll be very narrowed down, but I mean, hey, we all know what it is. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we all been on vacation with, you know what I'm saying, our significant other. Why can't we?
Right, I know that, but we have not been on vacation with our significant others where we've shared a house
Right. Well, let me show
with
y'all how.
our
I mean,
parents.
let's remind y'all
And
how.
and not even just our parents. 'Cause you know what I mean? If it's just your mama, I think she would be fine.
That'd be more weird. Then this is like, cause like at least, cause it was just my mom. It's just like, oh, okay, where'd y'all just go for 15? Where it's like at least,
Like, okay, I said that. Not for like if it was like your mom and like your brother and like his girlfriend, something like that. But it's like it's also like your aunt and uncle.
hmm
And then possibly like you said
a
another
cousin.
cousin
Yeah.
that's gonna be there by himself. Like I don't know, it's just kind of weird.
It would be weird, but I'm not. I still plan on having it. Just you know, we just gotta be quiet. That's all I think.
Oh, there you go, folks.
Let y'all know what we doing on vacation, with family or not.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I pretty much have to say about it.
Let's see. Nah, but you think it will be the same? Like, well, I guess with your family, we gonna have our own rooms. So we ain't gonna
Right,
be
and I
all.
feel like it's more of us going on
Yeah.
vacation with my family.
Right.
So
And it's not even
and everybody is coupled up.
Yeah.
Nobody is going solo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my sisters are all going with their families. My parents are going together. So it's like everybody has somebody to like break off and group with,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
No, I get you.
Yeah. So I feel like that dynamic's going to be a little bit different. So it's not like somebody's going to be left by themselves if somebody just, you know, if we decide to go off and do something on our own.
Them kids.
Yeah, they old enough to take care of themselves.
Them kids off by themselves.
They'll be fine.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go into our next topic.
all right, we'll jump into that. Okay. All right, so
What's the smell?
there's no reason for the smile. I'm just
Okay.
thinking of how to introduce this next topic.
Okay.
So this week this last week on the Breakfast Club, they did an interview with Keri Hilson.
Yes.
And as you know, she had a big little rise. Well, not a big little rise because that's an oxymoron.
A big little rise.
Yeah, she had
a quick
rise.
and ball.
In the was it like late 2000s, like 06, 07 range, right? I can't remember the years.
I feel like her first album came out in like 2009, 2010.
Was it
Did
that
you look
late?
it up?
No, it wasn't. Was it that?
I had it pulled up. Hold on, give me 1 second. I thought you pulled it up. Remember?
I pulled up the songs that she wrote, but I can't remember.
Okay, I got her albums right here. So yeah, In a Perfect World came out in 2009.
Okay, I see something like that in 2010.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right, so late 2000s, like 2000. I'm gonna give her 2008 through 2010. She had those. She had like a lot of hits. She had a lot of good singles, and she
I think
actually.
it was longer than 2010, was it? Or what'd you say, 2011?
Yeah.
When did Turning Me On come out?
I feel like that came out around 2010.
Hold on, I'm just looking it up. Double check. That's why I wanted you to take notes. That's why I didn't have to search through the internet.
We don't have to do. Yeah, it's 2009 was.
Turning Me On was 2009. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she had you're right. It was a really short ass one.
Well, she was.
Damn, she did a lot in 3 years.
She did, and that's not even including she was still writing people's songs. She's writing songs, and I think like I said, that short period of time she was a quick come up. Like all of a sudden, you just heard her name.
Yeah, because her songs dropped quickly and she was everywhere. At least for me, I felt like it because I really like Keri Hilson.
Yeah,
like Pretty Girl Rock was my shit.
My name is Keri.
I'm so very fly. Oh my, it's a little bit scary. Boys wanna. Oh, I think I'm messing it.
It's
I think that's it.
I
was just listening to it last night though.
Right.
That and then like Slow Dance.
How's Slow Dance go?
Something happens when we slow dance. I don't know the
How's that like love comes around, knocks you down, you get back up.
That's Kanye and Neo.
Yeah. But even still, like that was a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she had this rise, and Turning Me On was like, I guess that was her biggest one. It was her solo joint.
That was people's favorite song.
That was
her number one song.
That was one of her biggest one. That was like her biggest one, yeah. Because that's the one. Because that's also the one that got her in trouble. Was when she was trying to.
Yeah, I know that was the one that got her in trouble. But I didn't realize that was her biggest song. That definitely was not my favorite song by Keri Hilson. Turning me on, turning me. Yeah, I don't like that song because I don't like it. It's like I didn't like the lyrics to it.
But I think the topic of the song, which was because it was kind of like about bum dudes not turning women on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? Or this is what a dude has to be, and it was like it was like a girl's anthem, and then she started the Pretty Girl anthem, Pretty Girls Rock.
Yeah, I like Pretty Girl Rock.
Real girls.
Telling the Truth. That was one of my favorites.
I don't know that one. That's the name of the song, Telling the Truth.
It's called Telling the Truth. I got a list that I made of the songs that I like that I added on there.
Mm. Oh,
Um,
it is on
yeah, cause Energy, where I really like that song, Slow Dance, Knock You Down, Pretty Girl Rock, One Night Stand. That's with Chris Brown.
there. I can't remember that. I have to
Um,
hear it.
I'm trying to look at. Give me 1 second so I can sing it. I can't never get the melody right.
Uh,
Something something one night stand. One. I don't know the words, y'all.
You want to know the one night stand song I know? I ain't really got a girl, you ain't really got a man, so let's both get together and have a one night stand.
Is it?
I don't know. It was hot. You be your girl. Oh, no, my bad. I switched the lyrics around because it's a girl who made the song. It's like, I'll be your girl, and you'll be one man, my man, for only one night. I ain't really got a, you ain't really got a girl. I ain't really got a man. So let's go set the game and have a one night stand. I
I
want to
don't
say,
know that
I want to say
song.
like,
I feel like it sounds the melody, like the beat sounds familiar to me, but
I want
I
to say
don't know.
Nivea or something like that. It was around that era. But anyway,
No, I don't know.
all right. So yeah, so I know I would know like a lot of her songs. Like if there was like a playlist, I know I would at least know like maybe like 8 to 10 of her songs, and
Yeah.
that's just from that little 2 year era that
Then
she
she
was
did
releasing
like
the
the
songs.
bridge and hook for a lot of the
Mhm.
rappers too.
Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, she's got a lot of songs. Like I said, I listened to her this I had a 3 hour drive home last night. So I decided to listen through some of her music on my way home, and then I started listening to Neo because I'm a big I don't like Neo as a human being. I think
What?
he's a piece of shit
He's
person.
living the
I
life.
shouldn't say a piece of shit person because I don't know him personally. He seems weird to me, and controlling, like a narcissist. But I love his music, and it's a topic that I want to talk about. I know I said I wanted to.
Eventually, Neo,
No, about the ability to separate
the
the
artist
artist
from
from the
the
person,
person.
and or
And
athletes or actors, all of
yeah,
the above. Because we the podcast I was just listening to on my way home from the gym, they were talking about athletes and how some of like the well known like quarterbacks and football players or whatever, how they did some really shitty
horrible
stuff
people. Yeah, I mean,
in
like
real
she.
life, but they stayed on the team because they're good players and they were making their team money. So it's kind of like, and people are like, I don't like him
I,
as a
I,
person, but as a
I think we should say this because there's so much, and
yes, and that's why I said I definitely want to talk about it. So that's why I felt about Neo last night. Cause I'm like, I can't stand
but
the other one
but
that's in
say
jail right now. I
but
won't say
sexy
his name.
love, come on, and you
Yes, but also,
you know what I mean?
yeah, but Neo has never committed a
Yeah, he's not
crime.
doing the crime,
He's
but
not committing crime. He's not hurting people. I'm talking about like one girl that I'm friends with on Facebook went to this place in Chicago that was having R. Kelly listening night. And I was just like, ew. Like that shit. I don't know. I just don't know how people do stuff like that. Uh Lauren Kiki Palmer almost got herself canceled because she almost had Jonathan May or she did interview Jonathan Majors on her podcast, but she ended up not airing the
but
episode.
he didn't even do nothing wrong. So why can't?
Okay, babe, let's move on.
Okay, all right.
Cause you think that man did do nothing wrong?
Jonathan Majors, not like. Well, my bad. My bad.
Let's move on because you about to get
No, my bad. I spoke out of. Anyway, all right. Well, so anyway, back to Keri Hilson. You're right. Let's get back.
hmm
So
yeah.
Keri Hilson. So she had that little run, and then pretty much turning me on, one of her biggest hits. You know, pretty much it was getting so much play that even her producer pretty much hit her up and was like, "We need to do a remix." But at the time I think she was like on tour, and so she had a lot going on, so it took her like a while to get her verses done. She said she was writing down ideas so she can pretty much turn those into verses, but they were kind of pressuring her. So then the producer reached out and was having like other people
Right, this
write
verse.
write the verses for her, and one of the verses that got picked pretty much was, this is when Beyonce was up and coming. Well, not up and coming, but she was a household name, but she wasn't at her status that she is now. But you can tell she was ascending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, she had her fans, the Beehive. And so pretty much, Keri in the interview she even says that she doesn't want to record the song because it's like the song, like the verse that she was given, it's not
It don't go with the
it don't
song.
go with the song, which it actually doesn't, by the
Because
way.
the songs, like you said, is about men, and then they threw in a verse about a
And
woman,
it's like, yeah.
and it's all about she, you, she, and it's like, where does this fit in?
And so yeah, and so pretty much, and people got wind of it. So the song ended up getting leaked. I'm actually not sure if it ever actually came out because it got leaked.
Yeah, I don't know if it ever actually officially got released either. Because I remember for the longest time, I did not know why Carrie Hilson disappeared. And then I heard like she got into it with Beyonce fans over something. And I remember like people like shaming her because she was like perform or like doing like a mic check for a concert, and people were like, "That's why nobody in the stands." And I was just like, "Where's all this Carrie
Yeah,
Hilson hate coming
no,
from?" Because I'm like, I love Carrie Hilson. I'm like, thought that she was a great songwriter and a great music artist, and I'm like, I know she was an actress as well.
mhm,
And then finally I discovered why through
yeah.
YouTube.
No, and it's the same here. I promise. Like it was like, and I think I was literally scrolling on Instagram, and people were like, and it was literally like a little story about whatever happened to Carrie Hilson, and it was like, oh, she was beefing with Beyonce. It wasn't really accurate, but it was like, oh snap, so this is what happened. So then it was like it's never really been Beyonce herself. I guess
Right.
Beyonce
It's
never.
just to be
It was just her fans,
right.
and that's what kind of the part that I wanted to talk to you about is like. Well, some of the part. Most of it's gonna go back to Keri Hilson, but I do got a quick question. Do you feel like sometimes, like either Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, you know, Meg the Stallion,
Internet bully. Don't
yeah.
don't throw Meg in there.
Well,
Because
I'm just
Meg's
saying.
fans don't do things like that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Sorry, I don't know. I was just trying to think of like who else has a big fan base. I'm not sure about Meg fans. You're right. I won't throw her in next time.
Exactly.
But don't you think like sometimes these fan bases are like crazy for these people that don't know them?
I think I wouldn't necessarily call it fan bases. I think it's just internet trolls. You get people who get passionate about a certain topic, and that could be our president, or y'all president, because he ain't my president. Y'all president.
You live here?
It could be a music artist, it could be a football team, it could be it could be anything. And people get to the point where if you say something negative about what they're really passionate about, they because it's the internet again, people no face, no case kind of a situation. Like, you can't see me, I can't really interact with you face to face. So we're just gonna harass you. And I feel like that's kind of what happened, right?
Uh,
Isn't that what happened? Like, people were like trolling her on the internet, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
like making videos and shit about her and
Yeah,
releasing it.
she caught a lot of backlash, and and like I said, she never really addressed it. She kept even in her interview on Breakfast Club, she kept saying like she just held on to it, took the L, she protected the actual songwriter of it, and she never really told the story because she says that she was pretty much kind of bullied into making this
Making that
song
song,
and
yeah.
releasing it. Which actually brings me to so it did come out. I know this is a lot of recap. Um, it came out that actually Esther Dean is the person who wrote the song,
Hmm.
and like I said, and it does seem to be taking shots at Beyonce. But what I've seen on the internet is a lot of people are still blaming Carrie. First of all, they say that she's still looking for clown off of Beyonce's name.
Oh,
Um,
even now people are
Yeah,
saying
they're
that?
saying she's still using Beyonce's name to get her fame back. What do you feel about how do you feel about people saying that?
I disagree. I feel like, and this is no, I'm not trying to talk bad about Carrie Hilson in any way, because I really do like Carrie Hilson. Like, I'm not a big fan of this new song that she came out with personally, because she has
I haven't heard it yet.
oh, it's like it's this little snippet. I can't remember what the song is. Hey baby is in there.
Does
So it's like it starts off so good. The song starts off so good, and then it's like, hey baby, hey baby, hey and I'm
yeah.
like, why? How did you put that in there? What?
Does it go with this song?
But it kind of reminds me of Turning Me On. Like Turning Me On is just like turning me on.
Mhm.
You're turning me on. And I'm like, why do we gotta be doing this in the song? Like you're a lyricist, like you're a songwriter, like your stuff is like it don't have to be boppy. It can be a real true R&B song. And so I felt like I I don't know, maybe it has to grow on me. I only listened to it twice, so I do have to listen to it again. But I don't think she interviewed well, is what I was trying to say.
In in the Breakfast Club or
I
just
didn't
in
get to
general?
watch the whole thing, so I'm not gonna say that I did pull it up on YouTube. I know it was about 58 minutes long, and I think I listened to probably about 30, only because I was listening to it while I was driving. I had my phone plugged in, so because my screen was on, it was starting to like get hot. My phone was, so I had to turn it off and turn the podcast on instead, where I could turn my screen off. So I did not get to listen to the whole thing, but I don't I don't think she interviews well, and I think that that's the problem.
What part of the interview seemed to be turning you off?
Yes. Um,
Like what I guess is what do you mean by like she didn't interview? What part from what you heard so far like
I feel
weren't
like, and I don't know again if this is like, because again, sometimes I feel like when we get asked certain questions about our personal lives, we don't know how to articulate it properly. I
oh
feel
for
like
sure.
that was a problem. I felt like she was like trying to like articulate that she was struggling with like depression and struggling with like a heartbreak and things like that. I know she mentioned those multiple times, but I felt like she wasn't, she didn't reach the audience the way that I think that she probably wanted to. Because I feel like this is like a redemption tour, right? Like I'm going around, I'm telling my side of the story. I'm trying to get people to be on my side now. I kind of understand this is a struggle that I went through. I want people to empathize with me because I'm ready to go out and start over again. This is a new emergence of me making music again. And I want people to come back and follow me and start listening to my music, supporting me, coming to my concerts, blah, blah, blah. And I felt like I didn't feel I wasn't convinced, I guess I should say, from listening to that interview because it didn't feel genuine, if that's the
Really?
word. It felt very, not, I don't want to say the word calculated, but scripted
Really?
would be the word that I would say. I felt like she was like very careful with what she was saying, which I totally get. I'm not famous. I've never dealt with internet trolls. I don't know what it's like to go on tours. I don't know what it's like to be interviewed by people. So I'm like, I don't have a publicist. I don't have people in my ear telling me this is how you need to respond to questions, blah blah blah. So I don't know at all, but I'm just saying like as a person, like a lot of times when I listen to these interviews and I like hear people who like kind of like break the third wall, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Fourth
fourth
wall,
wall.
fourth
I think
wall,
fourth
and
wall.
kind of like really just reach out and like you just like really have like a connection with them. You're like, yeah, like I definitely can understand. Like I can relate to that. I felt like everything that she said was kind of like us regular people can't relate to. It's more people in the industry that can only relate to what she was saying.
I see. I
And I felt like they understood it when they were talking about like they could understand being in the music industry or being in the industry in general.
Well, no,
So
because I feel like so I agree with you in some of a sense. I do think she was. I do think like yeah, definitely, especially as somebody who can't really articulate themselves very well. Like I know I end up having to overly explain because this is why I did this, and then I overly explain. I get that, but I think that I think that there was a little bit of like there was a little bit of relatability for me in her interview because I feel like there was like still a little bit of trauma because a lot of times whenever she says stuff, people always bring up the Beyonce thing. Like even in this interview here, where it's like she's supposed to be promoting her her new music and tours, stuff like that. And she most of it was just spent on literally this one verse of this one song that she just pretty much just recorded. Other than that, it wasn't really much of her. She didn't. It wasn't her
right.
words. She just said the words. And most of the interview was stuck on that. And then, so I think there was like a lot of trauma. So she's trying to because she has been like attacked and trolled on the internet and this is going out to the internet I think she was just trying to find the right words so nobody can, really try
Manipulate
to
her
come,
words. Yeah, that's
yeah,
I know. I
and
know this is exactly what
attack
she
her.
said. Yeah,
You
she
know,
said that. She said she didn't want to be. She's like she's very careful because she didn't want because
yeah,
people take clips and chop them up and make you say something you really didn't say.
yeah. Because even still, people are still, like I said, people are still very upset with her because she just recorded this verse. And even in the interview, she even says that pretty much they were like threatening her career of not putting out her album if she doesn't do this remix and do
Right.
this verse. And it's just like, and even though I'm like, you still gotta hold some integrity for yourself. If you don't want to put other women down or hurt other women, then you. And she even said she knows she should have fought harder, but she chose her career.
But she was young.
Yeah,
And
and
she said
that's
that she was like she'd been in the game for 30 years almost. So she said in a couple of years it'll be 30 years. So when she signed that first contract, she was what, like
her
19?
teens, her teens, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like 18, 19 years old. So I mean, she was really young. So
Yeah.
I don't really fault her for anything that she did in
Yeah.
her past because we all have a to learn in our career in our industries, and you don't when you have a record label, they're not there to help you grow. They're there to
Money.
milk you dry of all the money that they can make off of you. And then once you're no longer useful to them, they drop you. So I totally agree with that. I just felt like a lot of her answers were repetitive, I guess, is what it felt like to me. And again, I didn't listen to the whole thing, so I do have to finish listening to it. But the first 30 something minutes that I did listening to, it just felt like a lot of it was like I was sad, I was depressed. I worked hard on myself and now I'm ready to come out here and take over the world again. And I was just like, okay, that's fine. But and then maybe it was the interviewers too. Like they did kind of hone in on the same topic
Yeah.
sometimes. They didn't really give her freedom to kind of like talk about anything
Yeah.
else. I wish we could have learned something more about Keri now.
Right. Well, she does kind of go into it, but like I said, it's still honed in off of this song. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a lot of it's still based on that, and that's where I agree with you. It's like we still focused on that. So I hope like going forward, she just kind of it's like, hey, all right, answer questions about that. Ask me about what's going on
Right
now
now,
and
yeah.
my current songs and what I'm here to promote.
Live stream.
I got you. Got you.
Okay.
Okay. So, babe, with all of that, with the background information of pretty much what was going on with Carrie, who do you feel is like kind of to blame for pretty much like
The death of her career.
kind of, yeah, the downfall of her career? Was it Carrie? Was it the Beehive? Was it her record executive labels? Was it the lady who actually wrote it, who never stepped forward and said that they wrote it, Esther Dean? Like, how do you feel about that? Is there a clear cut answer?
I think it's whoever leaked the song or however the song got out. I blame them, but I also blame the internet. At the end of the day, it's definitely if you want to call it the beehive or whatever, the internet, because and again, this brings me back to cancel culture and the fact that people can commit crimes and do things and will still support their music and stuff like that. And then you got people like Chrisette Michelle and you got Carrie Hilson who made choices for money. Now, Chrisette Michelle, she never did actually perform at.
No, she got bullied out of doing the
Yeah, she got
inauguration.
bullied out of doing an inauguration, so she never did it, and then we've never seen her since.
Exactly, and she never got the money.
Right, so we've never seen her since, and then we got like Carrie Hilson who recorded a song, didn't intentionally release it, and then her career got canceled, and then you got R. Kelly, and you got
Kanye West.
Kanye West doing crazy shit, and you got what's the little small man name? Tory Lanez. You got yes, the small man. You got P. Diddy. You got all of these motherfuckers out here doing crazy shit, beating people, Jonathan Majors beating people, raping people, kidnapping people, doing all kinds of shit, and y'all still fucking bumping their music and still saying free Tory and shit like that after he done shot at like you know what I mean? And then you turn around and you say, oh, Carrie Hilson said some mean shit about Beyonce in the studio. cancel her. We never. And it's like, why are we doing this to our black women specifically? Y'all go hard for some black men. Black men can't do nothing wrong in the women in the eyes of black men and black women. Black men can't do nothing wrong. It's always the world's trying to keep black men down and hold them down. We gotta support them, and white men get away with it. So why can't the black men get away with it? Meanwhile, you got Keri Hilson who gotta go on a goddamn apology tour for some shit she didn't even really do.
Well,
You know what I mean?
y'all do got Black Girl Magic. You know, y'all got y'all hashtags.
Yeah, but we have people who wanted to fucking cancel Megan Thee Stallion because she fucking got shot in the foot. And then this nigga went on and made a goddamn video where he got fucking horse hooves and shit up, talking about he gonna fucking chop her up and stuff. Like, and people still are saying that he didn't do it and he needs to be out of jail and he only in jail because of the gun and blah blah blah. And it's like,
The crazy thing about that one video is just the Tory video is like, if it wasn't for her documentary, I never would have seen that video. And I was like, this dude went crazy. Like, and I would have never known like people were supporting him that hard
yeah,
outside of
it's
just regular
I
people in
don't know.
comments.
So no, I blame the internet. I definitely blame the internet. It's definitely people choosing to cancel people because specifically black women because we don't get any type of grace. We don't get any type of grace at all. It's you fucked up, well goodbye, good riddance. And it's like why do we get to be treated this way and nobody else does? Nobody else. What about you, babe? What do you think?
So I'm gonna say it's a combination um of I would actually say all of all the people like Carrie just because like she had a feeling that it was wrong, but it was like she's young, but you got to give her a little bit of blame. She was young at the time. The Beehive because it's just like she if even if she did write it and she was talking about Beyonce, it's Beyonce's choice to respond, which
Right.
Beyonce never
Never
responded.
responded.
Beyonce never said, "Y'all go attack her for me" or anything like that. The record label for forcing her to do it and threatening her career. It's like, look, like she said, this don't got nothing to do with what the song is talking about. Why am I putting this verse in here? Like it's
Because they
just
thought it was gonna like
yeah,
cause a controversy, which was gonna like boost her sales and shit like
exactly.
that, and it did the complete opposite.
Exactly. It killed her career pretty
They
much.
ruined her career.
And then I will say, coming back to it, the Esther Dean lady, just because she knew she wrote these lyrics, she watched, pretty much like even though she didn't come up like crazy big or whatever, but it was like she watched Downfall of Another Woman and was quiet the whole time when she could have just easily been like, yeah, she didn't even write this. I wrote it. She just performed it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So at some point she could have said something. So I think it's a combination of everything. Now I will say I will give it to Carrie to have like I will give her the smallest amount of
Fault.
fault. Just because like I said, she's young and she's getting her career threatening. This was on the verge of her like first album or something like that. You know what I mean? And so you want to keep that momentum going, but but like that. But as for everybody else, it's just like at some point somebody could have stepped up for her.
But this song got released after, right? It
Um,
wasn't released when her first album was
yeah.
released. This song got leaked later on, didn't
Well,
it?
it got leaked later, but I still think the song was still in like rotation though. So you know how like
Turning Me On, you
yeah,
saying
was still in
original.
rotation. Yeah, it was still getting play. And when you gotta even though it's been a while since I listened to radio. When you got a hot song, here comes a remix, and then here's a remix, another remix, and then here's that super master remix. You know what I mean? So it's just like, all right, while that's still, and then while that's still spinning, and she still has, the momentum. Let's get this remix out of here.
Mhm.
And it's like you said, it's the machine of the industry, pretty much. And I think that they pushed her into doing something that she didn't want to do, and I believe her because like I said, I always thought she was very talented. Her songwriting and her, like I said, I don't think she's the best vocally, but I think her her um but I think her overall music as a whole
Good.
is
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Yeah. No, she's no, Whitney Houston, Ariana Grande. She's not
no,
gonna be, uh, you know, getting the best song of the or best vocals of the year from me. But she's definitely a talented musician, and she has songs that would get started. She's like Sierra, like they just get songs that just mesh well with like their personality or the persona that they're trying to like deliver to us,
hmm
and it just becomes really catchy. And it's like, okay, I really like this. This is a good song to sing. This is a good song to dance to, or whatever the case may be. And it just becomes something that you find yourself listening to, or you add it to your playlist. So
I could see that.
I'm looking forward to new music. Because I think the last question we had on there was, can Keri Hilson make a comeback? And I think she can.
I think she can. And I didn't hear the new song, but I want to listen to it, even though you said it got the little "hey baby, hey baby." But I think if she has it, and if it's consistent with what she does, but it's current with the time, I think she definitely could.
I think she can because her pen game is strong. She just needs to get some good producers behind her, give her some good beats, good melodies, and yeah, I think she'll be fine. And then just release the music, girl. Put it
Mhm.
out there. And I mean, she kind of said in that interview a little bit that she just trying to drown out the noise
Yeah,
and just trying to focus on what she originally joined the industry for, and that's the love of music and making music. So
yeah. So that's what she say with that, but I do wish her the best because I know that, like I said, even as a young man, I was definitely listening to some Carrie Hilson.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah. But as a dude, you know what I'm saying? Back in those days, I couldn't blast it, but at home, I was pretty as a picture. You know what I mean?
Oh well, I don't know. No, I don't know any dudes listening to Pretty Girl Rock. But she had like that song with Ti. She has the song with Timberland and Nelly Furtado.
The way I am. I can't even do it.
Yeah,
Baby, you can pop you cause I like you just
the
the way
way you
you
are.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. And then she has another one. I thought
Let's see. Songs written. He kept it up this time.
it was
Um,
like "Let Me" or "Lose Control." Oh no, that wasn't. Whose song was "Lose Control"?
Missy.
Was that
Music make you
Missy's?
lose
Was
control.
that it?
Yeah, Missy has a song, Lose Control.
Maybe I'm thinking about a different song title.
hmm But yeah, she wrote like Love in This Club. She wrote Medicine
Mm-hmm.
with Plies, The Way I Are, Slow Dance, Scream, Runaway Love.
Yeah.
Like I say, I know he's canceled, but that number one song by R. Kelly is actually a really good song. I know we don't mention that name.
Yeah, you keep promoting him.
I'm not promoting
We
him.
should actually edit that part out, please.
Yeah.
Just bleep out his name.
Okay. Um. But yeah. So I said. So once again, we just wish her the best, and hope that everything goes good.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our next topic, babe.
Sounds good.
Okay, y'all. So story time. So back to when we first started dating. This young man over here liked to plan our dates 5 minutes from his house. So we lived about 25 minutes apart from each other. And instead of him being a gentleman and being like, oh, let me plan a date so that way she doesn't have to drive far. Nope. He was planning dates right down the street from his goddamn house. So our first date, we did go to dinner, and then we ended up going to a different location and we had drinks. We had a good time. Great. We ended up deciding to go out for a second date. We went bowling. We played pool at a bowling alley near his house, unbeknownst to me. I didn't know it was down the street.
She didn't have
So
to.
then
Did you have to,
afterwards,
wait? Did you have to come out of pocket anything? You just have to show up.
my gas money, you ain't fucking reimburse me,
You
nigga.
didn't. You didn't have. But you
You
didn't.
ain't he ain't reimburse me for no goddamn gas.
But all you had to do is show up, though, right?
So
That's it.
I still have to drive
I
there,
took care. But I took care of everything else.
allegedly.
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 You were there. Ain't no
Allegedly.
Oh wow.
Anyways.
Anyway.
So after our second date, since we had such a good time, he invited me back to his place to watch a movie. So I was like, what's so funny?
No, I just because I just thought like, oh yeah, this is where this was going. The movie.
Yes. So he invited me back to his house to watch a movie. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then I take my little 5-minute fucking ride over to his goddamn apartment. So I'm like, oh, you were mighty close to the dates.
Yeah.
That's wild that you live this goddamn close to what. Like, why didn't you? Anyways, so we get back. He was like, he wanted to pick. You wanted to pick the movie, right? He wanted to pick a movie with me. I don't know if this was like a test or some shit,
I was somehow we
or maybe he thought I wouldn't watch the movie and he could get lucky.
I get no, that wasn't it at all. First of all, the second I knew I put this movie on, I knew like, man, I know this ain't leading to nothing. So it could have been a test just to see if you was actually feeling me. I don't know. But I know I needed to show you this movie.
So the very first movie that we watched together was called Sorry to Bother You.
Yes.
Starring Lakeith
Stanfield, Danny Glover, Stephen Yu from Walking Dead.
And the chick from whatchamacallit was in there too, from Creed.
And Thor. What's her name? I can't think of her name.
I can't think of her name right now, but the light skinned chick,
Tessa
Thompson, that was in Creed and
Thor.
Yeah, so they were all in this movie. And
yeah.
Don't watch it. People.
It started off pretty good, didn't it?
No,
I told you it gets weird.
Do not watch this movie.
Watch the movie.
Don't watch it.
Because the ending will never predict.
Movie. It's got fucking. What were they turning people into horses? Right.
I don't want to ruin it.
Worst.
You would never.
First movie ever for a date. That's all I'm gonna say. And after that, I was just like, you know what? I like you. You're cute. Like, I'm gonna let you stick around, even though you did bad. You just can never pick another movie again. And since then, I have allowed this man to pick movies, and a lot of times we end up watching some really weird shit, y'all.
But they're entertaining
to you.
It's something to watch that you can talk about.
I'd be like, I will never get those hours that I just wasted of my life back. That's how I feel after we watch certain movies.
That's the point. Like, I still want to show you Winnie the Pooh.
I'm not watching this. I saw the little bit that I saw, and that was good enough for me. I'm not watching no goddamn Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
You gotta watch it because you gotta see the ending, or you gotta see the storyline. It's a crazy.
It's be a Libra thing, because my mama do stuff like that. She'll put just random B movies on and watch them. But she has sense, though. She's a female Libra. Yeah. So she get a little bit into it and she realized this ain't worth it. Then she'll turn the movie off and watch something else.
I overly commit. I'm overly committed. So you're saying that you didn't enjoy that movie? I did not enjoy the movie. Not even the first half? No, I didn't enjoy any of it, and I will never, ever watch it again. Ever. I think you should try to give it another shot. No, I'm okay. I will pass. It's a hard no for me. All right. Well, with that, guys, we'd like to thank you for joining us at the We're Just Saying podcast. Make sure to follow us, like us, subscribe to our socials of TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. At We're Just Saying podcast. TikTok is We're Just Saying pod. Anything you want to add there? Yeah, leave us a comment. Share us with your friends. And we will see you guys next week. Yeah, that's it for me. All right, y'all. Bye. All right. We're just saying.